Good afternoon, students. In previous class, we have seen what about that models present in VSEPR theory and hybridization, and even we have started with molecular orbital theory also. Okay, before going to that molecular orbital theory, some basics are required, like that I started with interference. Okay, what is that interference once again? When two waves are going to be combined, okay, that process of combination is called interference. The process of combination of two waves, okay, is called interference. Interference is of two types. Interference is of two types. In that, first type is interference is of two types. Constructive interference and destructive interference. Constructive interference and destructive interference. Constructive interference is shown by psi A plus psi B. I will explain what is that constructive interference and why we are showing this psi A plus psi B. Also I will explain. Okay, this constructive interference of two waves will be shown by psi A plus psi B, and destructive interference is shown by psi A minus psi B. Destructive interference is shown by psi A minus psi B. Then now we will see how this constructive interference is observed, okay, and how this destructive interference is observed. Okay, now let us keep the side heading. First side heading, that is constructive interference. Yesterday I told electrons will be traveling in the form of wave. Okay, if you take one wave, it is represented by psi A, and if you take another wave, it is represented by psi B. Like that we told. Let us see once again. This is psi A. Okay, from this direction, another wave is coming like this. That is psi B. These two are interfered, means here they are going to combine. They will undergo first constructive interference. This is small a. Okay, what is meant by constructive interference? Let us see that one. When crust of one wave and crust of another wave, when crust of one wave and crust of another wave, suppose this is crust of one wave and this is crust of another wave, these two are added, exactly overlapped, then resultant will be big crust. That means amplitude is getting added. Once again, when crust of one wave and crust of another wave, when crust of one wave and crust of another wave are exactly overlapped, means like this. Okay, that process is called constructive interference. That process is called constructive interference. Then the resultant wave is getting doubled. Suppose here amplitude A, here also amplitude A. Okay, then the resultant wave amplitude is 2A. Both will be added. That's why only we will show psi A plus psi B. Constructive interference resultant, okay, we will get psi A plus psi B, and it is represented as this is the wave resultant of constructive interference of two waves. This is the wave which is resultant of two waves. See, here small crust, here also small crust. When both are added, crust height will be increased. That means amplitude is getting doubled. Amplitude is getting doubled. The process of this type of combination is called constructive interference, and resultant is shown by psi A plus psi B. Once again, when crust of one wave and crust of another wave exactly they are overlapped, then the process is called constructive interference. In this condition, exactly trough also will be overlapped. Again next crust again it will be overlapped. Next trough again it is getting overlapped. Okay, so exactly one wave and another wave are exactly overlapped with each other. Then the resultant wave is formed by the addition of first wave and second wave. That is psi A plus psi B. This is the resultant wave. This is psi A, this is psi B. When these two are interfered, okay, two types of interference we have seen. In that first one is constructive interference. What is meant by constructive interference? When crust of one wave is exactly matched with crust of another wave, okay, or when trough of one wave is exactly overlapped with trough of another wave, then the process is called constructive interference. Then the process is called constructive interference, and the resultant wave which is obtained by the process of constructive interference is represented by psi A plus psi B. Observe the diagram carefully. After this we will see destructive interference, and this process is also called, the two waves are said to be in phase. The two waves are said to be in phase. That in phase is also called as constructive interference. That in phase is also called as constructive interference. Observe this diagram neatly, all of you. We have another type of interference, that is destructive interference. That one we will see. Okay, before that, I hope you are clear about this. Once again I am repeating. When two waves are traveling and they are going to interfere at a point, from there onwards they are going to be resulted as one wave, in a way that if crust of one wave and crust of another wave are exactly overlapped with each other, then the type of interference is called constructive interference. The resultant wave because of constructive interference is psi A plus psi B, and this psi A plus psi B wave is represented like this, psi A plus psi B. Okay, if they undergo destructive interference, what will be happen? Name itself it is indicating that destructive, the wave will be destructed. Here constructive, the wave will be constructed in a double way. Here if you take amplitude and here amplitude, both amplitudes are getting added. Okay, is it clear now? Now we will see destructive interference. So observe the diagram carefully, and this process constructive interference is also called as in phase. The two waves are said to be in phase. Okay, next. B, destructive interference. Okay, how this destructive interference will be explained. Now let us see that one. These two waves, psi A and psi B, they are going to be interfered in a way that crust of one wave is going to be overlapped with trough of another wave. Crust of one wave is going to be overlapped with trough of another wave. That means this crust and this trough. See, this is the crust and this is the trough of another wave. Both are going to be overlapped. At that time, this crust is going to be cancelled by trough. Here addition will not be, minus, subtraction. Crust of another wave, one wave, and trough of another wave are going to be overlapped like this. Then both will be neutralized. Wave will be destructed. And this interference is called destructive interference. And this interference is called destructive interference. Now, how we will show this destructive interference? Okay, when this crust and trough are going to be overlapped like this, resultant will not be there. That is called null wave. Okay, so simply we will show with one dot, again with another dot, next like this, everything it is going to be cancelled. Wave will not be there, distracted. Wave is getting distracted, and the type of interference is called destructive interference. This is shown by psi A minus psi B. Are you clear, man? Okay, this process is called destructive interference, and when this destructive interference is happened, okay, the waves are said to be out of phase. When this destructive interference is taken place, the waves are said to be out of phase. Okay, I hope you are clear about this one. In previous constructive interference we have seen crust and crust will be added, getting added, and trough also will be getting added. Then amplitude is getting increased. Height of the crust as well as depth of the trough will be getting increased. Because of that, a big wave is going to be obtained. But coming to this destructive interference, exactly that crust and trough is going to be in correct exact positions. Then the resultant will be wave is getting cancelled. When the wave is getting cancelled, like this dots will show, okay, no wave will be there. The type of process is called destructive interference. Electrons will be there, but wave nature will be destructed. Is it okay? This is the resultant wave. That is psi A minus psi B. Previous one, psi A plus psi B. When constructive interference is going to be happen, at that time waves are said to be in phase. When destructive interference is going to be happen, in that condition both waves are said to be out of phase, and this is represented by psi A minus psi B, that is represented by psi A plus psi B. Okay, actually in your chemical bond concept no question will be asked related to constructive interference and destructive interference. Then why sir you are telling like this? If you know this constructive interference and destructive interference, then only it will be easy for you to understand molecular orbital theory. Okay, man? Now everything it is clear. Two types of interference we have seen. Those are constructive interference and destructive interference. Okay. Now how this molecular orbital theory is going to explain the molecule stability as well as magnetic properties. Okay, that one slowly we will inject that one, but the thing is you have to be more concentrated when compared to hybridization, because hybridization, by using that formula we can understand the concept, shapes, bond angles, everything easily. Okay, but here completely wave nature. Okay, wave nature leave that one. After that we are going to get new orbitals, molecular orbitals also. That one concentrately we have to understand, then only we can remember. Okay, ma? Now I am going to the theory now, that is molecular orbital theory. Yesterday also I told what is that, if while atoms are undergoing bonds, okay, if they use hybrid orbitals, that process is called hybridization. When atoms are going to be involved in bonding, if they use hybrid orbitals, that process is called hybridization. Same like that here, if they use molecular orbitals, then the theory is called molecular orbital theory. So here also, while the atoms are going to be involved in bonding, they will not use atomic orbitals. Okay, they will use molecular orbitals. What is it? They will use molecular orbitals. Okay, now by taking one example, we will see what about this molecular orbital theory. Okay, let us see one H2 molecule. Formation of H2 molecule. H2 molecule contains two hydrogen atoms. H2 molecule contains two hydrogen atoms. Hydrogen electronic configuration is 1s1. Hydrogen has one electron present in which orbital? 1s. That is 1s1. Same thing like this. another hydrogen is also contained by electronic configuration 1s1. Another hydrogen also contains electronic configuration 1s1. Okay. Now see, observe all of you. Left side I am representing one hydrogen and right side I am representing with hydrogen. This hydrogen has one orbital, that is 1s. Even this hydrogen also has one orbital, that is 1s. This hydrogen has one orbital 1s. This hydrogen also has one orbital 1s. Okay, these are atomic orbitals. This is also atomic orbital. All those things in atomic structure, whatever the thing we have discussed, 1s. These are atomic orbitals. Now what is going to be happen? This hydrogen and this hydrogen, while they are bonding or while they are involved in chemical bond, okay, first they will form molecular orbitals. In previous hybridization concept, while they are going to involve in bond, before that, those orbitals will undergo hybridization. Is it correct? But what is the difference? Orbitals of same atom will undergo hybridization. That is no problem. But here, orbitals of different atoms, they will undergo combination, okay, and they will be resulted into new orbitals called molecular orbitals. Molecule itself, we can understand group of atoms. Correct or not? Molecule itself, it is called group of atoms. Then definitely molecular orbital to be formed, atomic orbitals must be combined. Atomic orbitals of different atoms will be combined. To form molecular orbital. That's why I took atomic orbital of one hydrogen and atomic orbital of another hydrogen. In hybridization, if you take same atom orbitals will undergo hybridization. Atoms of same atom will undergo hybridization. That is the only difference. But here, orbitals of different atoms, they will combine. Okay, that combination process, that combination of orbitals of different atoms will be called as LCAO. Linear combination of atomic orbitals. That LCAO method I will tell later. First, let us consider this example. Okay, what about here? We will get constructive interference and destructive interference. Both of them we will use here. Are you okay, ma? So don't get confused anything. Only one thing I would like to say, that is, in hybridization concept, to explain even hybridization is hypothetical, imagination. Molecular orbital theory is also imagination. Even though they are imagination, why we have to believe them? Because they are going to explain unknown properties of compounds in a correct way. These theories are going to explain unknown properties of chemical compounds correctly. That is the thing. Suppose any one of you, if you are able to explain by using experimental data, this hybridization or molecular orbital theory, if you explain by using experimental data, then next generations they will believe your experimental data only and they will follow your theory. Up to that, we have to concentrate on these imagination models only, because by using this imagination only, we can explain the theory, whatever it is there, formation of molecules or properties, magnetic properties, everything in a correct way. That's why we have to depend on this one. Is it okay? Now once again I am repeating. In hybridization, orbitals of same atom will undergo hybridization. Those orbitals are called, after formation, those orbitals are called hybrid orbitals, and the process is called hybridization. Same, but here orbitals of different atoms, they will undergo combination. Orbitals of different atoms, they will undergo combination to form a new set of orbitals. Those new set of orbitals are called molecular orbitals. As this theory is depending on molecular orbitals, this theory is called molecular orbital theory. Is it okay, ma? Now coming to this point, this is hydrogen containing 1s, this is another hydrogen which is contained by 1s. Two different atomic orbitals from different atoms. This is one hydrogen atom, this is another hydrogen atom. Okay, now these two will be undergoing LCOO, that means linear combination of atomic orbitals. LCOO method. Linear combination of these two orbitals are going to be combined in a way that two probabilities are there, two possibilities. One possibility is they will undergo constructive interference. By constructive interference they will combine. Another possibility is by destructive interference they will combine. Two possibilities they are going to use. Okay, ma? Now I am repeating once again. 1s orbital of first hydrogen atom and 1s orbital of second hydrogen atom, they are going to be combined to form molecular orbitals. They are going to combine to form molecular orbitals. How they are going to combine? By two possibilities. First possibility is by constructive interference and second possibility is by destructive interference. First possibility is constructive interference and second possibility is destructive interference. Okay, once again I will repeat that one. Before that, I hope you are all clear. Now, once again I am going to repeat the concept, that is 1s orbital of first hydrogen atom and 1s orbital of second hydrogen atom, they are going to combine by the method called LCOO method, linear combination of atomic orbitals. Linear combination of atomic orbitals will be leading to the formation of molecular orbitals. How many atomic orbitals are going to combine? That many molecular orbitals will be formed. This point is same like hybridization. How many orbitals they will undergo hybridization? Same number of orbitals will be formed. If 4 orbitals will undergo hybridization, 4 orbitals will be formed after hybridization. Same like this here also. How many orbitals they are undergoing linear combination of atomic orbitals? Okay, that many molecular orbitals will be formed. If 2 orbitals are undergoing combination, automatically 2 molecular orbitals will be formed. Those 2 molecular orbitals will be formed in which one molecular orbital is formed by constructive interference and another molecular orbital is going to be formed by destructive interference. Okay, now let us see. I am going to show in the diagram in a way that these two, they are undergoing LCOO, linear combination of atomic orbitals, resulted into 2 orbitals. How many orbitals are there before combination? 2 orbitals are there. Okay, those 2 orbitals will combine to be resulted into 2 molecular orbitals. 2 atomic orbitals they will combine to form 2 molecular orbitals. 4 atomic orbitals if they combine, we will get 4 molecular orbitals. 6 atomic orbitals if they combine, we will get 6 molecular orbitals. That is the important one you have to remember. Okay, here 2 atomic orbitals. These 2 are combined to form 2 molecular orbitals. So these 2 are called molecular orbitals. These 2 are called atomic orbitals. Those 2 are combined to be formed like molecular orbitals. So these middle orbitals are called molecular orbitals. Okay. Are you okay, my everyone? Now we have to represent with some letters. That one also I will tell. Before that, everyone, whether are you able to understand or not, you have to check once. Okay, everything is clear. 2 waves, they will combine into probabilities. Those are, one is constructive interference and another one is destructive interference. Same way here, 2 orbitals, hydrogen one orbital and hydrogen another orbital, they are going to be combined. That process is called LCOO method, linear combination of atomic orbitals. Okay, to be resulted into a new set of molecular orbitals. Okay, how many atomic orbitals are going to be combined? That many molecular orbitals are going to be formed. Okay, two orbitals are going to be combined. Two molecular orbitals are going to be formed. Okay, now little bit more information about these two molecular orbitals I will show. Let us see. How many molecular orbitals are formed? Two molecular orbitals. Out of two molecular orbitals, one molecular orbital, one is formed by constructive interference, one is formed by destructive interference. Out of two molecular orbitals, one orbital is formed by constructive interference, another orbital is formed by destructive interference. The orbital which is formed by constructive interference is called bonding molecular orbital. The molecular orbital which is formed by constructive interference. One is formed by constructive interference. Okay. The molecular orbital which is formed by constructive interference is called bonding molecular orbital. And the one which is formed by destructive interference. The one which is formed by destructive interference is called anti-bonding molecular orbital. The one which is formed by constructive interference is called bonding molecular orbital. The one which is formed by destructive interference is called anti-bonding molecular orbital. Till this, if you are okay, I will go to next point. Before that, once again I am repeating, the atomic orbitals, one atomic orbital of one atom and another atomic orbital of another atom, they are going to be combined by the process called LCAO method, that is linear combination of atomic orbitals method. Okay, while they are combining like that, they are going to use two possibilities. Those are constructive interference and destructive interference. This is one point. Next, the orbital which is formed by the constructive interference. When two atomic orbitals, if they undergo constructive interference, they will be resulted into one orbital, molecular orbital. That molecular orbital which is resulted by the constructive interference is called bonding molecular orbital. Okay, next, the molecular orbital which is resulted by the destructive interference. The molecular orbital which is formed by the destructive interference is called anti-bonding molecular orbital. How many atomic orbitals are going to be combined? That many molecular orbitals are going to be formed. Here, two molecular orbitals are formed from two atomic orbitals. Two molecular orbitals are formed from two atomic orbitals. Out of two molecular orbitals, one is formed by destructive interference, and that is called bonding molecular orbital. Okay. One is formed by destructive interference, that is called anti-bonding molecular orbital. That is called anti-bonding molecular orbital. Every time bonding molecular orbital number and anti-bonding molecular orbital number will be same. Is it okay? Now if you are clear about this, note down in your classwork neatly, all of you. Okay, after this one, representation of bonding molecular orbital as well as anti-bonding molecular orbital I will write. Okay, so everything it is clear how molecular orbitals are going to be formed by the combination of atomic orbitals only. That combination method is called LCAO method, linear combination of atomic orbitals, LCAO. linear combination of atomic orbitals. If they undergo linear combination of atomic orbitals, okay, they will be resulted into same number of molecular orbitals. Same number of molecular orbitals. Okay. Then out of those molecular orbitals, some molecular orbitals are formed by constructor interference and some molecular orbitals are formed by destructive interference. The orbitals which are formed by constructor interference are called bonding molecular orbitals. The orbitals which are formed by destructive interference are called anti-bonding molecular orbitals. Okay, next. Bonding molecular orbitals are represented by sigma, pi letters. Bonding molecular orbitals are represented by sigma, pi letters. Anti-bonding molecular orbitals are represented by sigma star, comma, pi star letters. Anti-bonding molecular orbitals are represented by sigma star, pi star letters. Okay. Bonding molecular orbitals are represented by sigma, comma, pi letters. And they have less energy. Bonding molecular orbitals are represented by sigma, comma, pi letters and they have less energy. Anti-bonding molecular orbitals are represented by sigma star, comma, pi star and they have high energy. Bonding molecular orbitals are represented by sigma, comma, pi letters and they have less energy. Okay. Anti-bonding molecular orbitals are represented by sigma star, comma, pi star letters and they have high energy. Okay. Now once again I will write the hydrogen H2 molecule diagram by representation of all these things. Okay, ma? Once again, bonding molecular orbitals are represented by sigma, comma, pi without stars. Sigma, comma, pi letters. Okay. Anti-bonding molecular orbitals are represented by sigma star, comma, pi star letters. Is it clear? Now I am going to show with the help of hydrogen diagram. Okay. Let us see. Before that, note down all these things carefully, all of you. Now, H2 molecule, two hydrogens are there, H single bond H, okay. Left side hydrogen has one orbital, that is 1s. Right side orbital, right side hydrogen atom has one orbital, 1s. Okay, these two are combined by LCO method by using constructive interference as well as destructive interference. From below to above, energy increases. Like this, energy increases. These two have same energy. 1s and 1s have same energy. Now, these two are combined by constructive interference. Then energy is decreased. Bonding molecular orbitals have lower energy, less energy. Okay, na? One S. They will give one bonding molecular orbital, one anti-bonding molecular orbital. One bonding molecular orbital, one anti-bonding molecular orbital. Okay, bonding molecular orbitals are represented by sigma. Sigma, okay. This is formed from 1s, na? So this is sigma 1s. This molecular orbital is formed from atomic orbital 1s. That's why I have shown sigma 1s. Same like this here. This is anti-bonding molecular orbital. See, arrow mark represents energy high. From below to above, energy is high, increased. This one has lower energy. This one has, they too have middle energy. This one has higher energy. Anti-bonding molecular orbital has higher energy. Bonding molecular orbital has lower energy. Okay, no? Now this is represented by sigma star 1s. This is represented by sigma star 1s. Anti-bonding molecular orbital formed from 1s and 1s. That's why it is sigma star 1s. Bonding molecular orbital formed from 1s. That's why this is sigma 1s. These two are molecular orbitals of hydrogen molecule. Sigma 1s and sigma star 1s are the molecular orbitals of hydrogen molecule. Is it okay, ma'am? Okay. Now I will give some more information. I hope you understood. This is bonding MO molecular orbital. This is anti-bonding molecular orbital. Bonding molecular orbital has lower energy. Anti-bonding molecular orbital has higher energy. This is the representation of energy. Okay. In between those two, atomic orbitals energy will be there. That is the thing. That's why we have shown like this. Now I am going to give next further more information. See all of you. One s comma, sorry. 1s, 1s. They will undergo interference. If they undergo constructive interference, they will form sigma 1s, which is called bonding. 1 minute more. If they undergo destructive interference, they will form sigma star 1s, which is called anti-bonding molecular orbital. If they undergo constructive interference, they will form sigma 1s, which is called bonding molecular orbital. This is represented by psi A minus psi B. Anti-bonding molecular orbital is represented by psi A minus psi B. Bonding molecular orbital is represented by psi A plus psi B. This one also note down. Totally how many atomic orbitals are there? 2 atomic orbitals. They will give 2 molecular orbitals. Sigma star 1s and sigma 1s. These two are 2 molecular orbitals. These are 2 atomic orbitals. 2 atomic orbitals, they will combine by using the method called LCO method, linear combination of atomic orbitals. It will be involved by 2, destructive interference and constructive interference. If they undergo destructive interference, it is formed as sigma star 1s. If they undergo constructive interference, sigma 1s. Sigma 1s has lower energy when compared to sigma star 1s. That's why it is bonding. Means they will be undergoing bonding easily. Substance which is contained by lower energy is high stable. Orbital which has higher energy is less stable. So that's why these molecular orbitals cannot be forming the molecule easily. These orbitals, they will form the molecule easily. That is the difference. Okay, note down this representation also. 1s and 1s. This is belonging to hydrogen. This is also belonging to hydrogen. These two are atoms. Hydrogen, hydrogen atoms. These two are belonging to H2 molecule. That's why these are called molecular orbitals. These are called atomic orbitals. These are called atomic orbitals. These are called molecular orbitals. These two are belonging to H2 molecule. This is H atom. This is H atom. Those two are combined by the process LCAO to form two types of molecular orbitals. One is bonding molecular orbital and another one is anti-bonding molecular orbital. Okay, ma? This is the representation of bonding and atomic anti-bonding molecular orbitals. Next, we have some more terms. That is electronic configuration, bonding molecular orbital representation, anti-bonding molecular representation is completed. According to the energy levels, we have to write one order. Okay, after that, we have to take some examples and we have to write the molecular orbital diagrams for those examples, like C2, H2, Cl2, Cl2 not, H2, He2, Li2, like that some molecules we will take, and what about those molecular orbital diagrams we will see next class. Okay, but these are the things we have seen in today's class. Okay, after writing them we will understand what about magnetic properties neatly, no problem. I think today's class it is very clear for you. In today's class we have seen what about the interference, two types of interference we have seen, resultant of constructive interference and resultant of destructive interference. What are the orbitals will be formed, molecular orbitals. Those are bonding and anti-bonding respectively. Okay, this representation of H2 molecule also, it is nice representation. So better to remember carefully, and in next class so many molecules we will take examples and we will write molecular orbital diagramic representations. Okay, ma? That is about today's class. I hope you are clear about this one. Okay, once again revise carefully. This is one of the important chapters, okay, which you have to pay utmost concentration. Okay, ma? Thank you. Have a nice day.